Hello, everybody. We are live here today talking about magnesium, the super mineral. It's me, Brenda, and I'm joined with Brittany.
Hi.
And we're so happy you're here. So, if you haven't joined us before, I joined ProCare Health with the intention of just basically doing these live events and helping with support groups and helping with resources and information for programs and patients who are preparing or have had weight loss surgery and are interested in knowing more about different topics, related to health and weight loss and wellness. And Brittany, I'll let you just introduce you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany. I'm the marketing specialist. I'm also a product specialist with ProCare Health, and I help Brenda put on these weekly live events for you guys. And we also do a monthly support group too. And in case you're wondering, the support group is actually tomorrow if you wanted to catch that. And we're going to be talking all about vitamins tomorrow too. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, I'm going to let you start because Brittany was the author of this presentation and she's dove in and done so much research on this topic. You guys are going to be really excited because to me, there's not, a lot of people may not even know a lot about magnesium and why it's so incredibly important and how many benefits it has.
Mm-hmm. And when I was doing the research for this, it was almost overwhelming. This is just a short kind of taste of what magnesium can do for your body. It can do a lot more than what we're going to share today with you guys. So feel free to go out and, kind of look at your own research too, because there's a lot of benefits out there. And when I say a lot, I mean it's almost infinite. So, name a body function, it probably has something to do with magnesium at this point.
Really, it does. It's like from head to
Mm-hmm.
toe, basically from
Yeah.
headaches to like mind, your memory, to depression, to anxiety, to your heart, to your blood pressure. I'm thinking of lower body,
Oh,
muscles.
the too that's going to surprise everyone. I guarantee you, because it surprised me.
You got one that's a surprise? Is that what you're going to
Yeah,
say?
it's
Okay.
really it's a weird one. So I don't know. But okay, I guess we'll just jump right into it. Unless is there anything
Sure.
else you wanted to share?
Nope.
Okay. Um So in the bariatric community, I guess everyone probably is pretty familiar that calcium and multivitamins are really important. Um, and reason being is, everyone knows that already, that you have to change the way that, or your body is changed the way that it absorbs. So, but did you know that magnesium in particular has also a lot of benefits? Did you know that, Brenda, before this?
Not really. In the ProCare world, the ProCare vitamin
Yeah.
world that's our sponsor today and that we both consult for,
Mm-hmm.
they've talked about it quite a bit and it's kind of piqued my interest. But before researching and all your research and me helping a little bit with that, just not as much, but as helping a little bit, I did learn a lot.
So, magnesium, in my opinion, does not get enough of the spotlight. So, we really wanted to show you guys how important it really is and share with you some of the signs of deficiencies, also the best sources of magnesium and foods that you eat, and also some of the benefits that come with it, too. So, that's all we're going to talk about today. First, let's just jump in and talk about some of the signs that your body may show when you're experiencing a magnesium deficiency. Because, as I said earlier, a lot of these kind of surprised me. So, we'll start with the muscle cramps. So, I guess everyone probably is familiar with the Charlie horse. At least I am. Have you ever had one of those before, Brenda?
Oh,
You
usually
want
at
to talk
night.
about painful, right?
Yeah,
So,
usually I have to point my toe. Like usually it's while I'm sleeping, I'd point my toes and I'm just
yes,
like,
or when you're just
ugh.
about to, like, you're getting comfortable and just about to fall asleep. That's usually what happens to me. Or sometimes when I'm in, every once in a while, I like to take a bubble bath, and it happens when I'm in the tub too, I've noticed. So, I was always told that you should take potassium if you're experiencing muscle cramps or even eye twitches. Have you guys ever experienced that before?
Maybe a little bit, probably not as much as the muscle cramps.
When I'm really tired, I notice it comes out more. But anyway, so I mean, these, and you can get cramps anywhere. These are just a couple of examples that I've experienced. So I have heard that, you can have these when it comes to being low on potassium, but actually magnesium levels will do the trick too if they're really low. So there's plenty of other reasons why you should be checking, or you could be experiencing muscle cramps. Also, like too much caffeine or stress, or like I said, lack of sleep. But checking your magnesium levels, if you're experiencing these every day, that could be an easy solution for you. So, all right. Next up, we have depression, which you might be thinking, what does that have to do? What does a supplement have to do with my mental health? Well, it actually has a lot to do. This one even surprised me when I was going through my research. It may sound far-fetched, but just hear me out. There have been several studies that show that magnesium plays a key role in the production and regulation of hormones that can affect how your moods are. So, for example, cortisol, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And for those of you who may not know, I know it's a lot of fancy words I just threw at you, but the most important one is cortisol, which is your body's stress hormone. Do you have anything you want to add about that, Brenda?
I think, well, I just want to mention too that not only
Mm-hmm.
depression, but anxiety also, those two kind of
Yes,
go hand in hand. And
exactly. Yes.
yeah, and magnesium also can be helpful natural treatment for anxiety. By that, they did some studies that suggest that magnesium is helpful for that. One of the research studies that I looked at was a 2017 review that looked at 18 different like side by side studies that were similar
Mm-hmm.
regarding magnesium benefits with anxiety, and they found that that it specifically taking magnesium as a supplement could be helpful for that. And some of the studies actually looked at like premenstrual syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
postpartum anxiety, and just generalized anxiety.
Oh, wow. That's really interesting.
And then one of
Um,
our patients just mentioned, I shouldn't say patients, one of our, hi Jamelia, on Facebook mentioned that maybe it's a good idea, to have your levels checked, magnesium specifically, when
yes.
you, like, a lot of people who have weight loss surgery will have that done in different increments throughout their weight loss journey. And that's usually one of the ones that they do to specifically check is a magnesium level. It's in with the profile.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really good point because you don't know. I mean, you could be supplementing magnesium and take an extra, and your level may not even be low. But sorry, I did go
No, you're
on
totally fine.
ahead.
Yeah, no, jump in. Anytime someone has a comment like that, I want to share it with everybody because that's true. And that's another thing that all of these symptoms that I'm talking about, it could be a lot of other things, but why not check your magnesium? Because I feel like it's an easy solution. So, but anyway, so like I was saying, back to the depression. So these hormones that we were talking about, they directly affect your mental health because they contribute to your emotions and how you react. And like you said, Brenda, there's been studies that shown taking supplements high in magnesium may also help increase your serotonin levels too, which is a chemical in your brain known as the happy chemical. All right, we're going right next to this other one is osteoporosis. And for those of you that might not know what that is, it's a disease that's characterized by just having weak and brittle bones. It actually runs in my family. All of the women in my family have been diagnosed with it as early as the age of 40, which is really early. So me in particular, I should probably worry a little bit more about this too. But if you have this bone disease, then you're probably more prone to breaks and fractures of the bones. And, nobody wants to deal with that. That's really painful. So While other factors can play into this disease too, a low level of magnesium can also be one. There's actually a study that I found in rats that showed that low levels of magnesium led to, having high levels of magnesium led to reduced bone breakage too. So that was interesting. Did you have anything you wanted to?
Not really. While you were looking at that, I just a thought popped in my mind with bariatric surgery patients, kind of looking at amounts. And there's not a specific recommended amount for bariatric surgery patients for magnesium. Multivitamins recommended. But I do know in the general public, there are specific amounts. And we'll talk about that a little bit more towards the end, because I want to talk about basically more about actually our sponsor. But I think that there's not a specific amount recommended, but knowing if your level's high or low could be helpful. There is for the general public, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But I'll go ahead as far as
you're fine.
Your next piece. As far as osteoporosis, a lot of times people think that calcium is the most important for that. I do know with ProCare's kind of bringing in our sponsor, with the ProCare, they use a supplement in their calcium supplements called TrueCal, which is a little bit different than calcium citrate. It's derived from bone minerals, and one of the bone minerals is magnesium. So add that in.
Sorry, my dogs are being a lot right now. Sorry if you guys can hear them. I know, they're being very active right now. I'm so sorry about that if you guys can hear them. Okay, moving on to the next one. So we kind of touched on this earlier about having fatigue and muscle weakness too. I think this can kind of go in with the cramps as well. So I don't know about you, but there's nothing better than a good night's sleep, in my opinion. If I don't get a good night's sleep, my whole next day is not ruined, but it's not off to a great start. So in my opinion, that alone can make all the difference in the world when it comes to your health. And magnesium does play many complex parts in getting a good night's rest. But the main reason behind this is it helps regulate melatonin. And if you're not familiar with melatonin, it's a hormone in your body that helps with your sleep-wake cycles. I actually know a few people that take melatonin to help regulate their sleep too, if they suffer from insomnia, or maybe they don't have trouble falling, but they have problems staying asleep. So muscle weakness can be a huge problem for anyone, but especially bariatric patients too, right, Brenda?
Yeah, so one of the things is as far as if somebody was interested in using magnesium specifically for that purpose, for a sleep aid and that type of thing, it looks like Erin's commenting, one of our colleagues, and she said that she takes melatonin. She said she needs something to turn her brain off at night so she can fall asleep. So true. Thanks, Erin, for sharing that. I think a lot of people can relate. One thing that I want to mention, if somebody was taking magnesium specifically for sleep to help them with that cycle, what I would say is maybe some of the research showed that taking an hour to 2 hours before you'd like to fall asleep, or splitting the dose, like if you are taking a multivitamin that's once in the morning, once in the evening, splitting the dose, so one of those doses is in the evening. I will say some of bariatric surgery patients like to take their vitamins at night to help decrease that stomach upset, because once you take it like right before sleep, it's sitting in your stomach, and then you fall asleep and you don't necessarily feel nauseated and that type of thing. So it could be a benefit in both of those ways.
Alrighty. And I was just going to say that to kind of continue on to that, so after surgery, one of your goals should be to maintain or help muscle mass, right, Brenda? So if you're deficient on magnesium, it can cause a drop in potassium as well, which then translate into muscle weakness. And that's not It's not good. So you want to make sure that you're taking a multivitamin that has a higher level of magnesium in it so it can help you maintain or build on that muscle that we were talking about.
Hmm.
Okay, another one is high blood pressure, which is interesting to me because it just shows you as a whole how it can affect your whole body. So, numerous studies have shown that taking a supplement high in magnesium can successfully lower blood pressure too. Not even just talking about high blood pressure medication, but just just the magnesium can help that. So a study in rats, once again, all of these are in rats. There hasn't been a lot of studies in humans that I found so far, but I mean, they did say that there's a correlation there. So a study in rats even revealed that magnesium can decrease the chance of heart disease too. So that's huge.
Yeah, both of those things. I noticed that one of the benefits of the magnesium in helping reduce blood pressure, what it does is it increases the production of something called nitric oxide, which some of you may care about, some of you may not. But it's a molecule that's natural in the body. And what it does is it helps to relax the vessels in your body to help reduce your blood pressure. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Okay, this next one is the one I was talking about that really surprised me. Asthma. People with severe asthma have shown deficiencies in magnesium. Isn't that interesting?
It is.
So there's no solid proof of a correlation, but I did find it in like multiple sources when I was looking at this. So scientists believe that the absence of magnesium can cause calcium buildup in the muscles that line your airways. So the obstruction from this calcium buildup will cause your muscles to constrict, which makes breathing extremely difficult and sometimes can even trigger an asthma attack. So, and even to like build up on this more, a fun fact that I found out is sometimes an inhaler with magnesium sulfate is given to help relax with they have severe asthma. It helps relax their airways.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
The
I thought that was crazy. I was like, wait, what?
One thing that I noticed with reading a lot of the information on magnesium, and this is a separate note, this is separate from asthma, but sometimes people after bariatric surgery kind of struggle with constipation. And I thought it was interesting that that was another benefit. Like, what happens is magnesium draws water into the intestinal tract, and it works as kind of an osmotic laxative. It kind of just brings all that water and helps things move through more quickly, and it stimulates that motility, and it also softens the things in your bowels and increases this size of the stool, triggering kind of make you to feel like you got to go to the bathroom. So there is a product out there. So there's lots of forms of magnesium. One of the most commonly prescribed medications for constipation, like if you take aside bariatric surgery, take aside whatever, that's the most effective. Like, I worked in the emergency room for like 20 years, and one of the most effective things that we would say is magnesium citrate. If we had, say, for example, someone that you wanted to go to the bathroom, maybe that had constipation, or maybe it was a overdose and you wanted to get that stuff out of their system, you'd give them magnesium citrate. But a lot of the magnesium that's found in like bariatric vitamins, I brought some of them along here, I'll show you all here in a moment, is a different form of magnesium. But regardless of what form of magnesium, some are probably a little bit more effective, like magnesium citrate, but regardless of what kind you take, they still have some of those benefits. So I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. And I'm happy you brought that up, that there's different types of magnesium too, because it can be a little bit confusing whenever you're looking at what how it overall affects your body. So thank you for saying that, because I meant to say that earlier. All right, so that was the last one that I had. And like I said, there are so many more signs. It's just it would have been it would have been probably a 2-hour presentation, and we didn't want to do that to you guys. So but anyway, so you guys might be thinking like me, wow, that's quite a variety of symptoms. How can magnesium affect that many different areas in my body at once? Well, the simple answer is that magnesium does not just affect one organ or organ system. It benefits your body as a whole. It benefits functions you probably would never have dreamed of too. So for starters, magnesium also helps control or maintain insulin. Did you know this, Brenda?
No, I didn't actually.
So your cells have receptors on them, and I'm not going to get too sciencey and totally lose you guys. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. But your cells have receptors on them that magnesium that's needed in order for your insulin to fully do its job. And part of that receptor is it needs magnesium to fully cooperate. So, which will result in high blood pressure if it's not there. So that's another reason why it kind of goes hand in hand with heart health and blood pressure as well. And remember, that was a symptom of the deficiency we talked about earlier too. But more specifically, there's been studies shown that magnesium supplement helps lower blood sugar in type 2 diabetics.
Wow.
Yeah. It also is helpful with one of the most annoying and painful ailments. I know that I've suffered from these before. Brenda, you and I have talked about it before, migraines.
Mm-hmm.
In a study that was conducted over a 12-week period of time, and this one was actually in human adults, it showed that adults taking 600 milligrams of magnesium, which is a lot of magnesium. I will say that it is a lot, but they were taking 600 milligrams of magnesium. They experienced 42% fewer migraines versus before they were taking the supplement. Almost 50% of their migraines went away, which is just crazy to me.
That is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, the normal amount probably for most people would probably
I
be
was to
about
say, if
half
you want to
that.
throw that in now.
I'd just say it'd be about half that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's actually an RDA or a recommended daily allowance on magnesium. I didn't do that type of research. And again, it's not listed in our for bariatric surgery patients. The ASMBS does not list that. But it is included in most of the multivitamins. But I will say that probably is a little higher amount than probably the normal.
And you know what I found when I was putting this together was that a lot of the same sources said that there's not a lot of studies out there that show what it's like to have magnesium in your diet every day, or if you are deficient on it. So that could be a reason why ASMBS doesn't have regulations on it yet. They may not be aware of what's needed. So, but anyway, so lastly, we're going to tell you guys how you can get magnesium if you're wondering where to get it at. Since it's so great, where can I find it? The good news is that you can actually find it in everyday foods, and some of them might really surprise you. It's not like broccoli or anything like that some people might not be super excited to eat. Some of this stuff, I'm excited to eat. I know I already like this stuff. So, for example, almonds, pumpkin seeds. I love pumpkin seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Every time Halloween or fall comes around, we always carve pumpkins, and then we always roast our own pumpkin seeds too. And it's it's fun, it's messy, but it also tastes really good too. And this next one I know you guys are going to love because I was really excited. Dark chocolate. So dark chocolate has a ton of magnesium in it too, as well as antioxidants. So just to name a few more: peanuts, popcorn, spinach, soy milk, which I actually am one of those people that prefer soy milk over real milk. I don't really like, when I say real milk, I mean cow's milk, but it's not really for me. I prefer almond milk or soy milk. And then we have black beans, whole wheat bread, avocados, and low-fat yogurt. So just keep in mind, this is not an inclusive list. There's a bunch more out there. I just wanted to name a few for you guys. And I wanted to name the most popular ones too that people would probably have in their pantry or in their kitchen. So,
Yeah. Brittany, we have a question here on our Facebook
sure.
page, and it says Joyce asked, "Can you take too much magnesium, and what would be those symptoms for that?" So, um, for most healthy people out there, most healthy adults, it's not going to be a problem. If you have other medical concerns, I can't really tell you, but for most people, it's okay. The thing is it may cause, because like I said, it can help constipation. It may, very large doses of magnesium can cause things like lowered blood pressure. So you're looking at the flip side, like it helps blood pressure, but it could lower your blood pressure. It could cause you to have some diarrhea, because the flip side of constipation is diarrhea. It could have caused, instead of just mental, causing the help with depression and anxiety and things like that, it could go the opposite way, where it could cause a little confusion. So kind of like those same similarities, but the opposite. It could be even serious. If you took way high amounts, it could even lead to more serious ailments, irregular heartbeat, because it is kind of like exchanged in the heart muscle. So, it could cause irregular heartbeats, could cause your heart to stop. That's really high dosages. Like your normal dosages wouldn't necessarily do that. I'm just saying, and for most healthy adults, you wouldn't even experience those things. But just to sorry, I just wanted to touch on that, since that was one of the
No, I'm
questions.
happy you answered it. That's a great question too, actually. I had not even thought about that. But just like any nutrient or supplement, you can do too much of it, you know. Even think about water. Think about how great it is for your body, but there's such thing as drinking too much too.
Yeah. That is definitely true. And one of the people watching here, Jamelia, says have to get those levels checked. So that's true. It is helpful. Um, before you kind of go on too, Brittany, I wonder if we could. I'll let you finish your part, and maybe we'll just do a little
Oh,
quick summary.
I'm pretty much done. I was just gonna show them some of the products that we have. Since ProCare Health is our sponsor, I wanted to share with you guys some of the products that have the higher doses of magnesium in them too. But did you want to share something before I get into that?
Oh, I was just going to summarize. So those benefits. I was just going to say, okay, so we're looking at benefits for, first of all, your muscle cramps and the twitching. That also helps with sleep if you're not having those issues. It can also be kind of a sleep aid, not just because your muscle cramps aren't happening, but also just kind of acts as an assist to help you fall asleep and stay asleep. Depression, it helps with anxiety. It can help with osteoporosis. It can help with muscle fatigue and weakness. Your blood pressure can help. The surprise one was the one on asthma and constipation. Those were the big things. And I think you mentioned one other thing right after that, Brittany. The blood sugars, blood
Yeah.
sugar regulation.
Especially in type 2 diabetics, which is also a popular subgroup within the bariatric community, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what the numbers are as far as percentages, but I would say, gosh, it could be as high as half. People
Really?
have, it's high. I'd say 25 to 50% have issues with, and that's totally guessing just from my experience with working with those kind of people. I think there's a high number of people that are diabetic or pre-diabetic or have issues with diabetes.
Or they may not even know that they're diabetic either, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to jump right into it. Like I said, ProCare Health is our sponsor. And since the star of the show today was magnesium, I just wanted to show you guys a few products that they have because they actually are. Let me double check this. Yeah, so actually, I just wanted to double check that. Um, ProCare Health is the only bariatric vitamin on the market that offers the most magnesium for a once daily supplement. So I want to re-say that. The once daily formula, so you only take one and you're done. They are the only bariatric vitamin company that has the most magnesium on the market. Now, the other companies do have magnesium. You just won't see as much of it in a single dose.
And Brittany, can I
So,
mention here too? I got some of the
yes,
chewables.
please show them what it
Yeah,
looks like.
well,
Yeah.
there's so the one a day that's the we lost Brittany. Hopefully she'll be right back. Brittany?
No,
Oh,
I'm
there you
right
are.
here. Sorry.
Okay.
It just
So our one a day that's the capsule has 100 milligrams. But our chewables, which we have two formulas now. I don't know if you guys can see them. One of them is called it's a fruit punch formula, and one of them is our citrus formula. See if you can see that. These both have 200 milligrams, and that's what you're talking about. These here, I don't know that you're going to find anything as far as higher in magnesium on the market for bariatric surgery patients, and they're only one a day. So.
And those are a once daily formula too.
Yes.
I don't know if you already said that. Sorry.
No, it's good.
And then if you want to show them the capsules, those are lower, but they are also
Yeah.
once daily as well.
Here's the capsule. I'm going to show them what they look like while you're showing, because I don't know if you were going to share your screen or not. Here's what the capsule looks like. Okay. And then I'm going to get the chewable out. So I'll get the new citrus out.
Yeah, because the citrus is a it tastes better now, basically. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to share my screen because we also have some other options that I want to show you guys. Patient window, Chrome tab, share. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so the ones that Brenda has there is, so the other one was the capsule, which like we said is once daily formula. And that one is 100 milligrams daily. And then we have two different flavors for the chewables, and these are also once daily, but they are higher. They're 200 milligrams daily. So it just kind of depends on what you're going for there. But I also will say that we have some other options that are also 200 milligrams. So these probiotic bariatric vitamins that we have, they are the difference here is they're not once daily. So you do have to take 2 of these in order to meet the guidelines. But if you do take the recommended 2, you also are getting 200 milligrams too. I don't know if you can see that.
I didn't bring that one along. Forgot about that one.
I have that one. I should have grabbed it. But yeah, this is what it looks like in case you guys are wondering. And probiotics are also super important too. And then lastly, we have, for all the mamas out there, we have a prenatal formula. It's so cute with the little ducks on it. But this one's the same one as the probiotic. So you're going to take 2 of these a day. So the daily amount is going to be 200 as well, which is right here. I just wanted to get on and show you guys that. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, we're stop sharing screen. There we go. Okay, if you guys have any questions or anything, be sure to comment below and tag us. Or if you're watching this as a replay, make sure you use the chat box. We do come on air and check these, and I think we get notifications when people ask questions after the fact, right?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
But we do check. We'll come back and check and stuff. Yeah. Both the Facebook and Crowdcast, because we're on 2 different channels. And is it okay if I share too with our support group coming up?
Absolutely. Let's do it. Yeah, I'll pass it on over to you.
Okay. So since we're talking about magnesium and just kind of spur the thought, we have a support group. We do support groups, Brittany and I. We talked about that on the 3rd Thursday of every month. 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, but that does go in other time zones, which I'll share those other time zones here in a moment. And this month, which is this Thursday, we'll be sharing, it's called All About Vitamins, and we'll be talking about all the normal recommendations And I kind of brought it up earlier through the ASMBS, which is the American Society for Metabolic and Bariatric Surgery, what their recommendations are. They're kind of like they put all this data together and they continuously watch it and review and make sure that patients are taking the right amount, that type of thing. So it's a really good resource to use. And let me kind of share my screen here real quick. Is that okay, Brittany?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay with that? Okay. Actually, before I do that, let me get onto the channel. That way I have it set up so that we can go straight there. And I'm going to go right here onto the channel. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So you're going to see us, and then you're going to see, and we'll put the link. I'll copy this link. It's on Crowdcast. We have a channel. And basically, Brittany and I have been doing these live presentations weekly. And if you become a follower, you should have a little button maybe up here where it says edit for me, or right below here that'll say follow. If you follow us, it's pretty cool because you'll get a notification 10 minutes before the event goes live. And if you decide to join us, or it'll be kind of a reminder for the replay that occurs, you can go in and you can register. These are upcoming events. So we're on air right now with the Magnesium, but the support group will be this Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, I'll have to look up what our times are in the other time zones. But we have that one coming up. All different kinds of subjects: healthy food swaps, moving on from toxic relationships, hydration, getting organized. So some of them are specifically related to bariatric surgery, and some of them are just, regardless of who you are, a lot of them that'll fit in. And then if you're interested, we also have a lot of past events. We did an interview here with Rob, who had his recent 12-year anniversary. Do you have anything to say about that, Brittany? That was a fun
That was
interview.
one of my favorites, hands down.
Yeah, and some of my favorites, I love this one we did on hypnotherapy. That was super fun. Meal prep, that one we did a lot of preparation for. That was really cool. I don't know, we did a lot of some other interviews with some other people, ordering or eating out. There's just lots of fun things. Lasting motivation. We did an interview with Jane. She's a weight loss surgery patient. She's also an advocate for ProCare. So just lots of things. There's a couple pages here to pick from. So I'll stop sharing my screen here, and then I'll share that link. Okay, go right ahead, Brittany.
Oh, I'm done.
You're all done. Okay.
I'm all done.
So,
and actually, just one more thing while she's posting that link. If you come up with or if you think of a topic that we haven't done yet, please let us know, because we do these for you guys. So we really want to make sure we're covering topics that mean something to you and pique your interest for you. So,
yeah.
And that includes support groups and lives. So anything that you'd like to see. Yes.
So I'm going to join us on our support group, our weekly lives, and to follow us. So we have that, and I'll put that on Facebook here in just a moment, because it takes me a second to copy it and that type of thing. I was also going to add the different time zones. Let me see if I can do that. Is there anything else that you can think of, Brittany, while we're...
We do have, I think, hold on, before I speak too soon, let me double check. I did want to say that our ProCare Health has a seasonal product. If you guys have never seen it, I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen so I can show it to you. It is our calcium dark chocolate bars, and when I tell you these are amazing. Can you see that, Brenda?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a stock up now before it's gone. So I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know that it is going to be going away, unfortunately, at the end of this month, April. So, but it will be back in the fall. The reason being is it doesn't ship very well in the warmer months. It melts, and we don't want to ship you guys a product that's not up to par. So I just wanted to come on here and show you guys that we do have that's still available, and it will be gone in the next coming weeks. So make sure you get on there and stock up while you can.
Yeah.
All right.
And the discount, did you tell them discount code on that? You probably did, and I missed it.
No, I didn't. We do have a discount code. I will say that the discount code is only available for one more day, so make sure you get on there. But it's Bunny, Bunny. We did it in celebration of Easter. I believe it's 10% off.
Yes.
And that does, once again, it does expire, I believe, tomorrow.
4:15.
Yes.
Put that down too. Okay. Okay. Well, that's all I have.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And let me just double check on. Somebody asked about what would inhibit the.
Code expires. Oh, code expires on Friday. Sorry, I forgot we extended it a day.
Oh, on Friday. Let me double
Yes.
check. Oh, Erin put that on
just
there.
fixed
Okay.
it. Yeah.
I'm going to answer this question. I'm looking here. What would inhibit the absorption of magnesium? So I'm checking on that too, just to see here. Phosphoric acid containing sodas. So sodas that has phosphoric acid in it may do that. And it says cow's milk. So those two things is the two things that kind of popped up whenever a lack of fat in your diet also can cause it. So those are just a few things. So let's see if there's anything else. I think that's all the questions. I don't see anything on our Crowdcast or anything further on Facebook, unless you do, Brittany.
No, I don't see anything.
Okay.
All right. Well, we hope to see you guys at our support group tomorrow, or at least at our next weekly live event.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
And I'll add
thanks
all
for
those
coming.
links within the next few seconds on Facebook too as well.
All right.
Okay.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.
Thank you.